It's a cheat code.
Welcome back, everyone. As you probably guessed from the title of the video today, we're talking about a Osight, and this is the Osight S. So this one here is the new one, and as of right now, if you guys are watching this video, there is a sale going on. It will last for a few days. There will be an affiliate link down below in the video description. Full disclosure, they sent it out for the video, but I actually think this is a pretty darn cool option here from the folks over at Olight. There's pros and cons like everything else. We have done a bunch of shooting with this guy in the new olive drab configuration. That is the newness, if you will. But we've also done a number, I'd rather put a number of rounds through this guy here, which is the original one with the traditional black finish. So some things going on. High level overview is that it is an RMSC pattern footprint. So a lot of your compact guns are going to be already pre-cut for this, or you can use a plate that's RMSC. This one, of course, is fully enclosed. That's one of the big selling points that a lot of folks like. So the emitter is in front of the lens there. So that way nothing's going to get on it in terms of like lint or rainwater or anything like that. Of course, rain can still get on the lens, but it's not going to obscure the actual emitter, putting the circle and dot out there for you guys to see. So, of course, it does have a circle dot reticle. It has a 2 MOA dot in the middle with a 32 MOA ring. Now you can actually switch that to just the 2 MOA dot or just the ring. Not sure why you would ever do just the ring, but the 2 MOA dot, I know there's a lot of folks out there who will do that. I personally like circle dot reticles. I'm one of the few out there. Most guys, if you watch on YouTube, hate them, but I like them. So there's that, to each their own. So it also has that integral rear sight on there, if I could speak. And then, of course, we have our elevation and windage adjustments. They are a little small for me. That's going to be one of my critiques of it. I wish the adjustments were a little bit bigger. Now, they do give you a tool to do it with. However, I don't want to rely on a tool. I would rather just be able to use like a 9mm case or something like that. I realize it's somewhat of a restriction of the size of the sight for them going with small ones, but something a little easier would be good for me, my personal preference, if you will. Up front there, we do have a sensor for the automatic setting. And what that's going to do is sense the light that's in front of you and adjust the brightness for that. However, they also have a manual override mode where you can just change it with the buttons here on the side, the up and down button, to make it either brighter or less bright. And that's what I personally use. I'm not a huge fan of the auto illumination. That said, it's gotten way better across all different sites, not just this one. It's gotten way better over the years. Like this technology's been out for over 10 years, and it used to be really, really bad. It's pretty decent now. It's pretty close to almost always being right. However, I still like to run it in manual because that's just how I roll. Continuing on over to these plus signs, the positive and negative. I'm not sure if you guys can see it on camera because of the lighting here, but if you actually hit either one, the plus or the negative, it will tell you the battery status. So it'll give you either a little green or a red light, letting you guys know the battery status. Now, the battery on this one, it charges from the top with that magnetic charging, and it comes with this little housing right here. And basically you just set it on there and it will tell you, if I can actually do that, there you go. It will tell you the actual battery status of the Optic itself. And to charge it, you just basically will put your little USB-C cord in there, which it does come with on there. And the battery life on this, without recharging it, is 20,000 hours. I would imagine that's the 2 MOA setting. But you can recharge it with it on a pistol, which is super cool. So say for instance, like we have this Canik Mete Prime, it will go on there and charge it up. And again, it will tell you the status of your actual optic, and it will also tell you the status of this charging unit, i.e. because it's holding a charge, if that makes sense. You can put it on either way, which also is cool. That was one of the cons I had of the first Olight Osight they had, that they still make. That one has an RMR pattern footprint, but some of the optics, some of the guns that I would mount it on, the rear sight would interfere with it. But this one, it doesn't matter if that's the case, because again, that's the way it's supposed to go on, but you can switch it either way, and it will actually recharge it. So that definitely is cool. One other thing that Olight gets right, and I've said this before in other videos, screws. So they give you a bunch of different screws in terms of thread pitch as well as length. Them and Vortex, in my opinion, they do that the best in the industry. No one wants to go to your local hardware store to find small screws to mount your optic to your gun. So they give you a bunch of them right out of the box, and works just fine. Mounted up on several different guns, as you guys have seen throughout this video. It also is made out of Olight's proprietary aluminum blend. They say it's stronger than 7075, but lighter than 7075. Honestly, I don't know that 7075 is heavy, but for whatever reason, they do say that. And all in all, I've put well over 1,000 rounds through these sights. On my own guns, I've also shot demo guns with them. Never had any issues at all in terms of flickering. It also has night vision mode. I haven't used it in night vision, but it has 2 different night vision settings, 10 different daylight bright settings, and there are some pretty gnarly drop tests of this gun and torture tests out there on the internet. If you guys are looking for it, just check. You will find them, and it does fairly well, as you would expect from a fully enclosed optic. That is also the RMSC footprint. The bigger you start getting with your window and the bigger footprint you start using, the harder it is to pass those types of drop tests. But they've done quite well. If you guys check it out online, they do a lot better than what you'd expect at something at this price point. And speaking of price point, the sale, like I said, is going on currently for the both the olive drab as well as the black version. Right now they're coming in at $199 shipped. Again, there'll be links down below in the video description, but I think it is a good optic for the price point for sure. Are there other optics out there that do the exact same thing and cost more? Probably. And of course, there obviously are cheaper ones that aren't going to be as durable as this one and aren't going to have as many features. So cons of it, we'll go over that real quick. Again, the cons, in my opinion, are going to be the adjustments. They're just a little too small. I would like that to be a little bit bigger. It's nitpicky. And then the other one is going to be that you can't charge this without this. So you need the housing. So if for whatever reason you lose this, you're going to have to buy another one because there's just no other way to do it. I don't think that's a huge deal. I would imagine most of you guys aren't going to lose it, but just know that it is a thing. Pro, I definitely think it's cool that you can charge it with it on the gun. I've said that before about a bunch of different weapon lights. I do think that is a pro that a lot of folks will use. You don't have to pull it off rather, put a battery underneath and then re-zero it. It'll always stay zeroed, so there is that. And with that, I think that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, anything like that, you can post them down below in the comments section. And that's all I got for you. Thank you all for watching. Truly appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing everybody in the next video.